I am Jessi Stout. I am co-owner of Table Rock Pharmacy with my husband, Michael. So our pharmacy is located in Morganton, North Carolina. It's a smaller town.
We started in pharmacy 40 years ago, and it's changed a ton since then. Back then, hardly anybody had insurance coverage for prescriptions, so it's a whole different world.
We both met in Charlotte, and we were living there, and her parents approached us about possibly if we ever wanted to entertain the purchase of the store.
From the get-go, they just took off and took it to the next level and have continued to do so, and also fought all the external challenges along the way.
Coming from the non-traditional pharmacy role, when my husband and I stepped into this role, we were just flabbergasted. In no business does it make sense that you fill a prescription and you lose money doing it. So right out of the gate, as soon as we took over, I started making my voice heard. I got a call from Representative Wayne Sasser, but he asked me to sit on part of a committee that was trying to get a PBM bill passed in North Carolina. We started with a new bill. We're hopeful that we'll get something passed this year. But I think the most important thing is just to educate and make it simple for those not in the pharmacy world to understand is something that I've become passionate about.
She wants to do right by everyone, whether that's finding with an insurance company over a copay, getting more information for a patient, getting refills for a patient who's been out.
Their pharmacy is very well known in town. When the hurricane happened and we asked Jessi for help, she was right there and said, I know a lot of other pharmacists, I can ask them for help.
News of the hurricane was coming. We did not think it was going to be like it was, nearly as bad. I don't think anybody really predicted how bad it was going to be.
The hurricane was a surreal kind of weather event.
But we kept working until we lost power. I called my husband at that point. We still had cell service, but I was like, hey, we don't have power. Can you bring the generator here? So he puts it in his truck and he calls me back. And he's like, I can't get out. There were just trees down everywhere. So he ended up putting it in the wheelbarrow and dodging around these fallen power lines and trees.
But we got the generator up here, and we did utilize it for a couple hours. Thankfully, the power came on really quickly, which was great because then we were able to be a resource for the community.
Unfortunately, my husband and I were victims of Hurricane Helene, and we had 9 feet of water in our home and had to be rescued. Everything else was lost. It was totally lost. And unfortunately, I have a few medical situations that caused me to have to take quite a few meds. I would be in trouble without them. So, of course, one of the first calls I made was to Jessi, and she made it happen. It was as if she were a family member looking after one of her relatives.
I'm not completely surprised that she's up for this nomination. Jessi is very passionate in whatever she does, and it's kind of humbling to know that we've been able to kind of carry on that, her family's legacy of their store and kind of bring it to new heights.